One thing that's super important with building a waterfall is making sure as you're going to be going up that high, you have a plan. And you're not just one rock ahead, you're multiple rocks ahead. And Raphael is up in the excavator. Hey, Ralphie, how does it feel running this big machine, man? A little scary. So the Pondless Basin is in place. We have roughly 45 blocks in here and 3 pump faults. We started off by excavating the area, putting sand down to level it out. Then we added a layer of fabric down below. This liner here is roughly 40 by 25. And then we added another layer of fabric on top. Then all the Aquablox went in the pump faults and we're ready to go. We gotta start by folding the fabric back and the liner and backfilling the void in between the solid earth and the block. We'll be using some fresh topsoil sand mixture, so there's plenty of protection against the block. After that, we'll be able to start building our bottom waterfall, working our way up to where Roberto and Aaron are working up above there. Another sheet of liner will go in between here for an overlap, and we plan on starting that on day 5. So Ralphie's bringing some topsoil with the MT100, and over here we have the underliner and liner and underliner folded back, and we are filling the void around the Aquablock. We'll come almost up to the top of the Aquablock, maybe a little bit lower, and we'll do that on all 4 sides. One thing that's super important with building a waterfall is making sure as you're going to be going up that high, you have a plan. And you're not just one rock ahead, you're multiple rocks ahead. On the other side of the machine, I have a big frame boulder. Right here, that rock there is going to be a tall spillway stone. But before all those go in, these 2 small ones here, which aren't small at all, that is almost 5 foot across. We're gonna utilize these 2 at the bottom to make a nice holding pool area. And then that larger stone right there, that's gonna be dropping right here. So if you can imagine these 2 stones split apart with a boulder in the middle, a holding pool behind them, and then that rock sitting there with a big waterfall falling, that's the plan. And then after that, we'll start picking some more boulders to frame the outside. We have some fresh new boulders coming tomorrow, but to finish off today, we want to get these guys in here. And I also have another cool rock right over there. We're gonna flip that one over, and it's really unique because it'll act as part of the waterfall as well as a blocker in the middle. Our first boulders will be set out here on the basin. I'm gonna put it on a little bit of an angle from the wall to give a little better view from the patio. Not much of an angle, but just ever so slightly, so these right side frame boulders don't block any of the view. Up top, it kind of comes straight down, then it'll kind of twist here. And in here, there's gonna be a whole bunch of drops. Water's gonna be spilling from all the way over here to all the way over here. So we're gonna put a big piece of liner in here tomorrow as we continue up the hill. But for the rest of today, we're gonna work on a couple of these bottom stones. They will make a nice little holding pool behind them for that large waterfall drop. So in setting larger boulders on top of your Aquablocks, like we are doing here, we're starting off our waterfall. It's a good idea to have some gravel underneath that rock. Since this gravel is too small, the 3/4, but will be great to spread out the weight. We have filter fabric or underliner between the Aquablock and that gravel. I'm not worried about water disappearing back there. It's mainly gonna disappear in front. That gravel there will soften the rock and spread out its weight on the Aquablock and prevent them from cracking. One thing that's awesome on my team are the guys are very versatile. Not only can Aaron and myself run the large excavator, Raphael, after only being on the team for about 2.5 years, has picked up the skill as well. You can come down. Hold on. Come to me a little bit. All right. You can come down. So the first rock is set for the bottom waterfall. We're gonna make sure that thing is level side to side and front to back. That is gonna be a spilling stone. And then behind there, we're gonna gather some water as a holding pool. I have that other rock right over there. That's gonna go right over here, and we're gonna split the 2. So we have 2 waterfalls pouring into the basin. Good morning, it is day 4 here on construction on this project. We have Ralphie this morning, and then 2 new guests. We have Kevin from Tranquility Ponds and Franco from Propano Landscaping. They're out here helping us on this big waterfall. And then of course the other teammate up there, Aaron, he's setting up the video camera for a time lapse. So this is our first boulder going in this morning, and we're gonna be placing this to the left side of the waterfall here. It's gonna be our side frame rock, and hopefully we have some water pouring down the face here. That's our ultimate goal by it setting here and blocking the water from coming around. So behind the waterfall here, we're gonna start using a 3/4 inch crushed stone. We have extra protection on the liner because of the points on the rock, but this will act as a nice foundation as we build this waterfall up the hill. Due to the large boulders, we don't want settling. So as we go up behind the liner here, we will be using this kind of stone. So this is gonna be a large, very tall spillway stone. The waterfall will actually come off the flat part on the top. Raphael's up in the machine. And that's gonna be set back here on this nice pad of pea gravel. It'll be the second drop up on the waterfall. And when you're standing on the patio, it should be higher than eye level, which is exactly what we want for you to be looking up at the waterfall. I really like how that rock looks sitting between. So when that waterfall falls, and then splits around. Also, the main waterfall is a little over here. So when that drops over there, the water needs to jog over and crash off of this big one. That's gonna sure look awesome. So a couple guys here, and we're carrying in the 20 by 30 liner, actually on 35. That'll be the width going in, and this will be the last overlap in the waterfall. So right now the guys are just backfilling behind that piece of liner right there. That's actually flipped over the waterfall, and we're tucking the basin liner and the waterfall liner for a nice overlap. We'll wind up flipping this back and setting some rocks over where Rob is to finish off the rest of that waterfall, and then flipping this over again and filling this back up to a little bit below that big rock right there. So this is a really cool rock. It's all one rock, a higher part to the left, just like this down below. So where we're gonna have water flowing over this section, that rock is gonna mimic this coming right in here. We got Kevin and Rob from Aquascape out of Long Island here helping us today. I think this is gonna look really cool, but we really don't know until we put it in place. So this is our left side frame boulder that we're gonna be setting in. I'm on the back side of it right now. It's gonna actually sit something like this. Let me spin it around. This is actually the back side. When this sits in, it'll frame the one waterfall, and we're looking from the back out. So there's gonna be a spillway box pouring a waterfall into the distance. We got Aaron finishing up the top up above. He's foaming everything up and getting it ready to go. And then he'll be down here helping us. And Raphael is up in the excavator. Hey Ralphie, how does it feel running this big machine, man? A little scary. You feel like you have a lot of power, right? So right now we're building a form for the concrete that we're gonna pour tomorrow to put these external pumps on. They're gonna sit over there in the back corner, and we're gonna have two externals on this waterfall, as well as an internal Aquascape 9PL pump. All pumps will be running on 3-inch line for plenty of flow. So we got Rob here, and we're installing the 9PL pump down in the pump vault. 2-inch check valve. We're gonna use this 2 by 3-inch conversion, and that's gonna transfer us over to that 3-inch pipe. That'll run all the way along this way and dump up into the waterfall somewhere around over there. These are the 2 other pump vaults, which will have 3-inch check valves with a screen, and those will run to those external pumps that are gonna be sitting there behind those boulders. So what are you doing over here, Aaron?
I'm doing a beep liner, and every drop has a pool. So over here we do the beep liner so they can collect the water, and that's tap to splash the water in every rock.
So over here, we've been working on the pump vaults. All 3 pumps are gonna be running on 3-inch line. The one pump will have a 2-inch check valve, and the other pumps will just be 3-inch intakes with the check valve inside the vault. Those are those external pumps that are mounted over to my right. We have the check valves ready to go inside the vault. We're gonna run 3-inch PVC coming out of these 90s here to make sure this is nice and sturdy inside the vaults. And then we'll switch over to a flexible hose. So the guys are mixing up concrete over here for this form. And that is a little pad where the 2 external pumps are gonna be sitting. It's a nice firm platform. And then our plumbing will be running in between that rock and the wall. So we are on day 6 of construction here, and it's time to hook up the pumps. We gotta get these pumps hooked up early. Kevin from Aquascape yesterday poured this pad for us of concrete. It's hardened up overnight, and we're ready to set the pumps in. We have Rob and Franco here, and they're working on the plumbing. So we're gonna have 2 ball valves. That's on the outflow of the pump. So if we need to clean that basket, we're able to shut the water pressure off from up above, flowing back down. Rob is working on the intake side. So the way these intakes work, you actually have to glue a 3-inch coupler onto that fitting. So the fitting that comes with the pump is a male fitting, and you have to convert it over to a female in order to glue your pipe or hoses in place. And that is for the intake and the outflow of the pump. Each side is a male fitting, it's a male union. And what's nice is you just disconnect those unions right there, and you can remove the pumps for the winter time. So we got all the plumbing ran. The 3 3-inch lines are all in place and glued. And now we're ready to bury these with a little bit more crushed stone. The rest will be covered in soil, and now we can begin tucking this edge and working our way from this rock up to that. We gotta hide that area on the wall, it's super important. Also, we need to add some support under that boulder so it's sturdy over years to come. We got a lot of work done today. Not so much on the actual waterfall, but the other aspects. We got a lot of plumbing done. Stay tuned to next week's episode. Thanks for watching this week. Don't forget, if you like what you saw here, hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and smash the bell. It means a lot to me and my team. Thanks for watching once again. See you all next week. We're going to get some moss this morning.
That's right.
We just came across this rickety bridge. This is like the Blair Witch Project. We're foraging for some moss in the woods. It is about 6:15 in the morning, and I got my 2 moss collectors. Don't you guys love waking up early? Jay looks real thrilled.
This thing is unreal. Like the scale of it, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before.